Hey guys, it's Miki ASMR here, and today I'm going to be reading a Tsukishima Kei ex-listener. This one is titled All By Myself With You, and this is part 3 in the All By Myself With You series. I know guys, it's been a whole month since I posted this. Shh, I've been posting other things, so shh. Also, if you hear any background noise, my cousins are here. We all know the deal with that. So, they're kind of loud, so hopefully it's not going to be that bad. And, yeah, I'm trying to update my series again, and I will be updating the Suna story again today just because I left you guys on a cliffhanger and I don't want to be mean and leaving you guys on a cliffhanger forever, so I will be updating that later today. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into the video. Chapter 11. Kei couldn't stifle both his small smile and chuckle as YN passed by their classroom and made a silly face. The doors of the classroom were the only ones giving the students a chance to peek out into the hallway since they were a little transparent. The walls were completely opaque, probably to keep the students from getting distracted. Kei, who was sitting somewhere around the back of the room, looked at the back door only by chance. When he did, it was just in time to see YN's class passing by, right when it was her going past the doorway. Both she and the blonde started a 1-second glance. It wasn't long, but it was enough for him to know that YN was there, and for her to know that Kei was aware of her class passing by. So when Class 5 went past Class 4's other door on the way to the science lab, Kei was looking at them, waiting for a certain hair-colored girl to pass by. Once they did, that was when she stuck her tongue out and scrunched her nose at him, leaving Kei a little amused even after she'd walked past already. After that, the blonde was once again left alone with his own thoughts. It didn't help that they were in class right now, and that only encouraged the existence of questioning everything. Philosophy. The class reminded of that one of the conversations. The class reminded of one of the conversation he had with the blank colored hair girl a few weeks ago. The question about having emotions. His stance on that still hasn't changed. He thinks that it's better to have emotions rather than acting out based off of pure logic. Empathy plays a large part in making decisions and that are more human, making him think that it is a superior choice. There's one thing that has changed though, the way he saw their connection to each other. Time skip. Tsukishima, YN said, beckoning for the blonde to come closer to the classroom door. On her other hand was her bento box. It was already lunchtime for them, which meant one thing. Back to the rooftop they go. Suki, are you going now? Yamaguchi asked once he saw YN. Yeah, Kei said, giving the green-haired boy a small nod. Okay. Yamaguchi then faced the blank-haired girl. Is Yachi still coming in the classroom? Mm-hmm, YN replied. I think she's still fixing some of her things. The freckled boy just nodded before walking away and heading into class 5. Kei, on the other hand, went to grab his lunch first before walking out of the classroom. As the two walked up towards the stairs, YN started to talk about her class and what happened while they were in science lab. So, Takashi-kun was holding a beaker, right? And, I mean, we all were. Then, not even 10 seconds passed before we heard the sound of something breaking. Is that where your class was going to earlier? The blonde asked. Yeah, the girl replied. Anyways, after that, here's what happened. YN continued to talk about how chaotic their science class became. First, the breaking of the beaker. Second, someone accidentally spilling something, Second, someone accidentally got a little burn from the heating of a test tube, and someone also ended up spilling it all over the floor. Long story short, the whole hour was very eventful. While the girl was talking about her class, using hand gestures to emphasize some of her words, the blonde beside her just watched and listened with an amused smirk. At first, Kei just let YN hang around him because of the fact that they understood each other's situations. She was a little hard to deal with at first because of all of her loudness and her jumpy behavior. Still, he let her stay around him just because of how much she was able to help Kei understand his own feelings towards his best friend. A little while after they began hanging out though, he grew more accustomed to her personality, and surprisingly, he didn't mind it. If anything, he actually started to enjoy her presence. Chapter 12. YN whined as she saw or as she and Kei walked to the gym. The blonde just glared at her and groaned with almost every step that she took. Stop that. Sorry. And she groaned with every step that they took. Stop that, it's annoying, Kei said. I'm sad, okay? When are you not sad? The blonde teased. Hey, YN said, laughing. I'm happy most of the time. Not when you're thinking about a certain someone, Kei said, smirking. That's unfair, the girl said with a pout. Why is it that I'm the only one that's sad about it? Aren't you sad too? Not like you. So unfair. Kei chuckled before composing himself again. So, what are you sad about this time? He asked. YN groaned and pouted before answering. Remember how I said I kind of have a 7 apple juice box limit? No, the blonde said in a heartbeat. Well, he did, but he wanted to tease her about it, so he'd rather pretend that he didn't know. Am I even your friend? YN said with her hand on her chest. The blonde stares at the distance and looked as if he were thinking hard about what he was going to reply with. No, I don't think so, he said, looking at her while also giving a short shake of the head. What the hell, Tsukishima? The girl said. I mean, you mean I was in a one-sided friendship this whole time? Kei only snickered and looked at YN's offended face. I was joking, idiot. How am I going to forget when you keep mentioning it every time? YN lightly punched his arm before scrunching up her nose before scrunching her nose at him with a glare. It was amusing, to say the least. Tomorrow I already maxed out on it, though. I know but today I already maxed out on my apple juice, so now I have to wait for tomorrow. That's so sad for you, the blonde teased. You see, I care so much. Tsukishima. Time skip. Here you go, YN said, handing Kei a dry towel while he was drinking from his bottle. Thanks. Before Kei could even wipe a sweat, the two shifted their gaze towards Hitaka and Tadashi, who were smiling at each other. The blonde girl was wiping his face while also messing up his hair a little bit. Once Hitaka was done, she grabbed the towel and held it in her hand as she smiled at Tadashi. Tadashi, as a response, smiled at her before planting a kiss on the top of her head, leaving Hitaka in a blushing mess. YN's eyes immediately avoided the two as she realized what was going on. First, her eyes shifted to the floor near them before looking at her own feet. She kept blinking to try to stop the tears that wanted to come out of her eyes while her heart was aching in her chest. Kei only sighed as he watched her desperately try not to show the team how she was feeling. He felt sorry for her. He wasn't as affected by his own feelings like she was, he wasn't as affected by her because his own feelings weren't as strong compared to hers, and he could only imagine how bad it would be for her. Oh, look, YN said, still facing down the floor, giving a dry laugh. I never noticed this before. I think the floor is kind of dirty. Maybe I should go get something to clean it. Yeah, I probably should. The girl kept on rambling about the floor, trying to redirect her attention to it rather than what she was feeling. Here, Kei said. A dry towel was suddenly on top of YN's head. So was the blonde's hand, which was still on the towel. Huh? You look like an idiot, Kei said, clicking his tongue. He removed his hand from the towel while looking away. No one's going to see your stupid face with that on, so you can cry. The girl started to giggle when she realized what he meant. That's so stupid, she said, placing her hands over the towel and wiping her eyes with it. Thank you, Tsukishima. Whatever. Chapter 13. YN was a loud person. That's how Kei got to know her, so seeing her all silent when they walked home just confirmed his thoughts. She was still bothered. Not hearing her ramble about anything was a really weird thing to experience, and it bothered him as well. The blonde only sighed as he made a decision. Let's go inside that store, Kei said, pointing at the convenience store. You need something? YN asked. No, he replied. You need something. Huh? YN looked at him, confused, as they entered the store and headed inside in one of the aisles. Alright, pick one. The girl's eyes widened a little bit as she realized where they had stopped. The aisle for the apple juice boxes. But I already told you I maxed out on drinking them today, she said. One more couldn't hurt right now, as much as her heart is. Hey. Alright, how about this? Kei asked, picking up the nearest juice box. That brand? Wyan said, rolling her eyes. Might as well feed me trash. The blonde, in response, furrowed his eyebrows at her. I don't understand how you can just pick one and go. Sorry. I don't understand how you can't just pick one up and go, Kei said as he watched the girl look at every brand of apple juice on the shelf. You don't understand, Tsukishima, the girl said. Those may say they're apple juice, but they're mostly just posers. They taste like crap. The blonde continued to watch with an amused expression as Wyan decided to talk about the different kinds, or the differences in each brand of apple juice. This one's just weird. This one tastes too bitter. This one, on the other hand, is far too sweet, to the point where I think it's fake. Wyan's nose scrunched up as she grabbed the juice box sitting on the chest-level shelf. Why the hell is this here? This is freaking orange juice. Wait, here, I'll return it to the shelf. Kei snickered, extremely amused, as Wyan walked away and looked for the section of orange juices. Alright, the blank-haired girl said as she walked back to Kei. Now, where was I? You were trying to pick the right kind of apple juice. Right. Wyan scanned every shelf to look for the brand that she was used to buying. A gasp went past her lips as she crouched down to the small apple juice on the bottom shelf. Here it is, she said, standing up. Now this is the best apple juice. You can notice how the general public agrees with the small number of stock. Hey. While Wyan was talking about the brand, Kei swiped the juice box and headed towards the cashier. Hey, Tsukishima, the girl said, trying to catch up to him. I was still talking. At your pace, we'd get home by midnight. Alright, Wyan said, huffing. Wait, let me get out my wallet. Too slow, Kei said, bringing out his own money and paying for the apple juice. She looked at the whole exchange of the money and purchasing with a confused expression, even as the blonde gave her the paid-for juice box. Idiot, take it. And she did. The girl only continued to watch with a surprised face as the blonde walked out of the convenience store. Only her eyes went back to the juice box in her hand, a smile spreading on her face. Quickly, she walked out of the store as she inserted the straw into the box. Taking a sip, Wyan stopped next to Kei, who was just outside of the store, waiting for her to go outside. The blonde glanced to his side as he saw her smiling, with the straw still between her lips. The blank-haired girl stopped drinking for a moment and grinned at him. Do you want to taste it? She asked. No thanks, Kei replied. Come on, Tsukishima, taste it, Wyan said, handing her juice box to Kei, who gave her a glare. Ew, no, the blonde said before walking away. Hey, come on, this is the best brand, I promise. The blank-haired girl ran up to Tsukishima by speed walking and grabbing him by the sleeve. You're back to being annoying again, Kei said. Don't lie, you like me like this, Wyan said, grinning at him. Well, yeah, I do, the blonde thought. After all, a smile suits your face more than the annoyed one. Chapter 14. It was the day before the qualifying matches of the inner high prelims. If the team wins both of them, then they would get to go to the next match in a month or so to determine who was going to battle for the national spot. Hinata, do you want me to accompany you to the washroom? You asked, panicking for the orange-haired boy. No, it's okay. I'm gonna be fine. If you say so, the girl said, backing away. Right now, the team's preparing for their final match of the day. They had one problem, though. The other team had this towering member. Winning won't be easy, but then again, where's the challenge in things being easy? Time skip. What the hell, surname? Kei said as Wyan messed with his hair a little while drying it with a towel. The second match is over, and they won. The nationals' dream was just one step closer. Come on, Tsukishima, let me take care of you, Wyan said as she continued to dry his sweat-drenched hair. I'm your friend, right? Let me help you. I'm not a baby, surname. With that attitude, I'm surprised you're not, you whiny little... Alright. Wyan grinned and hummed as Kei rolled his eyes. At this point, they'd known each other for more than 2 months, and the blonde has already gotten to know her more and more during that time. One of the many things she seemed to enjoy doing was taking care of others, making the manager position for her very suitable. She continued to dry his hair. Kei looked at the smile she had on her face. The sight made him grin a little as well. It was that infectious. And there was no denying it. She looks so cute right now. He thought that, by the way. Oh my god. Time skip. The team was preparing to leave. Only one problem, though. They were still missing 2 members of their team, Kyoko and Shoyo. Isn't Kyoko-san a little bit late? Ryunosuke, said with crossed arms. Shall we go check? You, meaning you, like Nishinoya, crossed his arms as well. Right after they said that, the team started walking out. A team started walking out. In the middle was a boy with spiky blonde hair and an undercut. As he passed the team, he exuded He exuded a lot of energy similar to the ones of cross-nosed radiant baldpunk. Resident baldpunk. What the hell are you looking? Ryunosuke was cut off with his own sentence as he felt a stare from Daichi, and he gave it both to him and you. When it says you, it's talking about Nishinoya. I don't know how confusing that is. Instantly, the two looked away. Josenji High, YN, who was beside Kei, said. Before their matches, YN had looked up the other schools who were participating. One of them was Josenji High, who had gotten a pass to participate in the spring Inter-High Miyagi Prefecture tournaments because they made it up to the semifinals. Once their captain, Terashima Yuji, heard the girl say the name of their school, he transferred his gaze to her. He still had a smirk on his face, but now it showed that he was interested in her. As a response, YN only glared at him, something Yuji found amusing. Kei, who noticed how the other blonde was looking at the girl beside him, stepped a little bit to the side with his hands stretched out in front of her, covering Yuji's clear view of YN. Because of this, the spiky blonde shifted his glare towards Kei, who returned it until Yuji started to face forward. Even so, the cross-note blonde still glared at the back of the Josenji High captain's head. He's a jerk, YN said, still looking at the fading figure of the captain before facing Kei. But you gotta admit, he is pretty good looking. Surname, shut up. No, I swear, he's got a good face and an attractive aura. The blonde rolled his eyes at YN, who kept laughing. Good news then, because it looks like you got his eye. No thanks, the blank-haired girl said, waving her hand. I think I'm done surrounding myself with blondes. Whatever surname. Chapter 15. Why? Kei asked. To celebrate, of course, YN exclaimed from the other side of the call. It was the weekend after their qualifying games. The blonde had decided that since the team was given the weekend to themselves, he would spend it resting for now. That was until YN started flooding his phone with texts and calls, urging him to spend the day with her. Nope, sorry, I can't hear you denying it, I'll be there soon. Before the blonde could even finish his sentence, YN had already hung up. Kei would have been angry at her for doing that, but he did that to her as well, or he has done that to her before, hanging up in the middle of her saying something. He only chuckled as he got up from his bed and started getting ready. Honestly, had she pushed him more, he would have ended up saying yes anyways. Time skip. So, you're gonna train with your brother's team? YN asked. Yeah, Kei said, walking with his hands in his pockets. That's good, YN said, smiling at him. But don't overwork yourself, okay? The blonde chuckled at her before saying, I'm an expert at that. Damn right you are. To think that you didn't do any extra training, but yet you can still perform that well on the court. You call that talent, he said. Probably something you are unfamiliar with. Kei snickered at YN as he saw the offended look on her face. How dare you, I do have talent, the girl said, placing her closed fist on her waist. And that is? The blonde asked. Annoying you. The two of them laughed, Kei only laughing softly. Yeah, you're an expert at that, he agreed. It was noticeable how the two were comfortable around each other now. Honestly, if you would have told them 2 months ago that they'd get along this well, they'd probably both scoff at you. Time skip. The two stood beside each other, contemplating on what flavor of ice cream to get. I'm surprised you haven't chosen the strawberry one yet, YN said. I've tasted it before, but I don't like that specific brand, Kei said. Oh yeah, I totally get that. The blank-haired girl started talking about the conversation they once had about the different brands of or apple juice. As the girl passionately rambled on about her favorite brand and compared it to the others, an amused smile found its way onto Kei's face. His eyes softened as she proudly declared that her favorite brand was the superior one. Cute, he thought. If anyone disagrees with me, I'd let them pass, but I know I'm the right one, YN said. That's not how opinions work, dumbass, Kei said. I don't want to hear anything else about apple juice. I'm the expert here. The blonde raised his eyebrow and said, Whatever, surname. I'll take this one, the girl said, pointing at your favorite flavor of ice cream. I'll get the vanilla one, the blonde said. Time skip. It was already past 6 and the two were walking to the bus stop. Yes, Mom, I'll be home in around an hour or so, YN said while holding her phone to her left ear. Okay, goodbye. A sigh went past her lips as she kept her phone. She leaned her head back and sighed a second time. This is the part I hate most, the girl said. Walking? Ending the day when I wanted to do more. The two walked in silence after she said that. It's not that Kei didn't enjoy spending time with her. It's just that he didn't know how to say he enjoyed it without sounding like an idiot. You know, this is one of the times that I didn't go out with Hitoka-chan, YN said. That's the first time you mentioned her today, Kei pointed out. It is, isn't it? The girl smiled to herself as she realized that. That's a good thing, right? Yeah, it is. YN just nodded, the smile still on her face. Oh, we're here now, she said. The two of them took a seat on the bench while waiting for the bus. From the bench, they had a clear view of the sun setting. I should have brought my glasses with me, or I should have brought sunglasses. My eyes are hurting, she said as she had her hand over her eyes. Kei snickered as he watched her face start to show an annoyed expression. Wait, I literally just said that. While the blank-haired girl was busy glaring in her palm, indirectly glaring at the sun, the blonde bit his lip to contain the smile threatening to show. He wasn't smiling at her suffering. He was just smiling at her. That was really cute. I might have actually sped up on my reading. I can't really tell how fast I'm reading when I'm reading stuff. I don't think it was that much, but like, that was really cute. As I said before, I'm going to be updating the Suno one again because I know you guys don't want to wait for the cliffhanger, so I'll be doing that one today. And I hope you guys are happy that I'm bringing back a series. I think maybe tomorrow I'm going to read the other Tsukishima series, the Losing, Loving, and Choosing You, because that's a good-ass story, and I need to finish reading it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!